It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for My Computer Fucking Sucks.
And we're under 5 minutes. We're 5 minute mark, so we're good to go.
It's a good thing that intro is as long as it is.
No kidding, right? Jesus. Oh, one of
We
those
are
days,
here.
kids.
I'm here despite plumbing problems as well.
Yes.
So we're here.
This has been quite possibly the most chaotic month of my life, and I hate it.
I'm so sorry, Greg.
It's bananas. It really is. Pardon my look at the camera. I'm actually trying to get the show out, do the IG story promotion thing. So bear with me here.
Anyway, Greg Cherry, Jeff Neal,
Yes.
Maddie, as always, and of course our special guest from Fightful, Kaden Lee. Kaden,
Yeah.
back of the brand, sir.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Well, you've heard already.
That's right. Welcome to the chaos, sir.
Yeah, I mean that's basically all it is. It's chaos.
How was a 12-hour stream, Kaden? I genuinely want to ask that.
A little painful, frustrating at times where I would start to hit a wall, but overall, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You gonna do a 24-hour stream anytime soon?
I think that I'll do a 24-hour stream in at least 4 to 5 months, like until I can potentially do it. It'll be a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, we found out the hard way the night of what the hell show was that? NXT and Ring of Honor had a show the same night, back to back, pretty much. I forget what day it was. It's somewhere.
It was December 10th, 2022.
Yeah, it was. We did a full watch along on our Multiverse of Media, and we found out that 12 hours is the StreamYard max because we were doing promotions. All of a sudden, we got you guys cut off. Like, wait, what? So yeah, we were totally cut off at 12 hours. 11:59. That was like StreamYard said we were done. So. Or it was StreamYard or YouTube, one or the other. But yeah, we found out, unfortunately, that we can't go past 12 without YouTube telling us we're done by not our choice. So,
Dwayne Atkinson, our resident Gators fan, said, "Nice shirt, Kaden."
There you go.
Go Gators.
Dwayne, who also regularly donates on the show, one of several.
Yeah.
Which we appreciate Dwayne in the house.
Yes.
No set goal this week. I did come up with one.
Nah. We are just here promoting and talking about this weekend, which is going to be another WrestleMania level busy weekend for wrestling fans and wrestling coverage folks.
Nothing is Sunday, right?
Yes, sir.
And Sands of Time is Saturday, right?
And Battleground Sunday during Double or Nothing.
Yeah, Battleground and
Mother of Moses.
Yeah, that sucks, and I'm not happy about it, unfortunately, because I do genuinely wanted to cover both. We're going to try. Well, it was suggested briefly, and I know I haven't told Greg this yet either because it ended up not happening in our heads because we were going to have one commentary team do Battleground, the other team do AEW. And it was decided that we're all going to go insane. So we're not doing that. But JJ and JJ, who's having his shtick stolen by Big G here in the chat room, so thank you for that, Big G. JJ and Noah will be covering Battleground on an on-demand basis on JJ's subscription portion of his channel. So that'll be coming up sometime next week, I think. So, but yeah, everything else we're covering. We're even covering Impact Wrestling Friday night because we just like Impact. So
there you go. Jeff's basically in charge of production because I'm not used to doing this. He's
a little difficult on the phone.
It is.
It's a pain in the ass.
It is. It definitely is.
I'm gonna have if it's my internet connection here because I've had problems since we moved.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if the computer just can't handle streaming, which is ridiculous. I bought the computer 6 months ago for this purpose. So I don't know.
If that's the case, make sure you back up everything and maybe factory reset it. Because that helped this current laptop that I'm on because it was dying.
Yeah, So needless to say, I need another mood pickup today. It's this May has been the most. I mean, 2020 has just been a hellish year.
Yeah.
But it's just been nightmare after nightmare. And
well, I did try very hard last night, and the freaking Miami Heat let me down, and Boston losing. So it was what it was.
Yeah, that
Nuggets won.
Nuggets swept the Lakers. I know I'm wearing Lakers colors. They're Kings colors, by the way. Screw you, Laker fans. But man, right out of the playoffs, man. And then of course there it became, LeBron was playing. It's like, no, LeBron was playing. If he wasn't 100%, he shouldn't have been playing. The Nuggets were the number 1 seed in the West. Suck it. Like, seriously. Like,
I can't believe we swept the Lakers. Right. I can't believe we beat the Lakers, but I can't believe we swept them even more.
That is bonkers. And I was Mikey Statboy decided to go live yesterday during the hockey game because had Miami pulled off the sweep, there could have been a possibility of both the NHL, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the NBA playoffs having complete clean sweeps across the board in the conference finals. Because Vegas is one win away from that. You stupid Vegas. Florida can do it tonight against the Hurricanes. And Nuggets already did it. But, once again, Boston Celtics, Boston sports has to piss in our happy Kool-Aid. So,
Now, Kaden, I do see you tweeting out about the Florida Panthers winning.
Yep.
How long have you been a Panthers fan, and how much does this season actually mean?
So I've talked a few times about, I did a hockey stream for Game 1 against Toronto on my Twitch.
Right.
And so I talk a little bit about, there's 3 teams in hockey that I absolutely love for different reasons that are all personal to me. And one of them is the Florida Panthers, because I lived in South Florida for about 2.5 years. That was when I started watching hockey for the first time and really fell in love with the game.
Nice.
And I learned to play hockey and I learned to skate at their practice facility.
Oh, wow.
Which was about 10 minutes from me. I also had Roberto Luongo, legendary goaltender. He lived right next to my best friend.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
So the Panthers, it's like they're the most I'm the most emotionally invested in that team. I prefer the Montreal Canadiens a tiny bit because that's where my dad's from. So I grew up as a big Canadiens fan, but the Panthers doing this it's been awesome to see. This is a team that I really, really care about. And I'm hopeful. I'm in Texas right now for a few weeks, but I'm hoping I can make it down. If they do finish the sweep and they go to the finals, I think I'll be back in Florida to be able to go to a game. I'm really excited.
The best things in sports, watch your team go all the way and become the champions. I've watched them with the Steelers a couple times, watched Yankees several times in my life, watched the 3 times. Yes, the Broncos in Super Bowl 50. Yes, Matt.
Yeah, I was old enough for that one.
You were old enough for that one.
I was 1 year old when we won in '99.
Yeah, I was going to say, the LA years, you were probably not even functional or alive.
Which means Matty hasn't been alive for a Cowboys Super Bowl win, which makes you feel even older.
I've unfortunately been alive for a Cowboys Super Bowl win. But the most recent one's the one that hurts.
Well, I mean, it was against the Steelers after all. So,
I mean, hey, we beat you in 2, so it's fine.
Very much so. Very much so. But yeah, Greg, you make a great point about watching your team go. The verbiage, the dialogue when the Kings won for the first time was the 45 years of suffering is over. It's like, man, that was my family. My dad was going to games year 1 for the Kings. So being able to stand, not sit, because at the 5-minute mark, nobody was sitting in that damn building. To stand there next to him in our season seats after all those years, it was wonderful. I was, hopeful we could get at least past the first round, and the Oilers decided to, shit in my soup, but it is what it is. Who is your 3rd team out of curiosity, Kaden?
The Dallas Stars. And I was hoping.
I'm mad at you guys.
I was I would have, I was so close to get, and
Right?
it still technically could happen. We could still get it. A Dallas, Florida final.
That's
I don't really have to care
the
about
Denver
who
Nuggets
wins.
Boston NBA championship, but it ain't gonna happen.
You know what though? It has happened that teams have come back from 3-0. The Kings did it in the round against.
Okay, we talked about the Red Sox in winning in 2004. I don't need to remember that because they came back from 3-0 down in the ALC.
I mean, the last time that happened was, I think it was the 2014 Kings championship against San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose first round, man. God, after winning that championship in 2012 so decisively and coming so close in that god-awful lockout season, 2014, man, it's like we went down. It's like, shit, are we going to get swept out of the first round? And off we went after that. Wonderful. That was a 26 game nightmare, man. We went 3 Game 7 series that 2014 championship. People cannot tell anybody as a Kings fan, a Kings office worker, or a Kings player that they didn't earn every bit of that 2014 cut, man. They went 26 games to get that shit.
So, not to interrupt, but
of course
you get to be a part of one of our favorites.
There you
go. Josh donated, so we are going to get ourselves a wheel spin here.
Oh shit!
He says, "You already know it's your boy. Here's a wheel spin for Greg and more money for Patty Ass." I don't think we're still raising money for that.
Nah, but I will say, yeah, rest in peace to a Cleveland icon, Jim Brown.
Absolutely. It's a tough week. Jim Brown passed away. Tina Turner announced passed away this morning.
Today, right?
I don't know if we've been on since Superstar Billy Graham passed away, but Superstar, of course, this week. You know, God, Superstar. I don't think any of us are, and this is probably a bit of a reach, but let me get there. I don't think any of us are sitting here not for Superstar Billy Graham because without Superstar, there's no inspiration for Hogan. And without Hogan, we're not sitting here. I'm not going to blow smoke up a Hulkster's ass too much. I do that anyway on a regular basis. But, Hogan going back to the WWF in 83, 84 with McMahon's endorsement is what, got the WWF where they are. And without Superstar Billy Graham hitting that pose in front of Hogan and that little Florida Armory down there in BFE, there's no Hulkamania. So there you go.
Josh also said, "Howdy, Kaden. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the film marking about Ezra Bridger's lightsaber being released this Friday on Disney Shop." And he also said, "For you, Jeff, woo woo woo."
You know what? Just because Matt has decided to bring that character back to the forefront, Zack Ryder can still suck it for 2016.
I mean, he killed the character off. If you saw the Twitter video.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I don't want to watch it because Zack Ryder brings back too many bad muscle memories for my head for my hair follicles.
Jeff, I highly recommend watching it. It's fucking hilarious.
Fair enough. I will get to that after we get off here and after I do the yard work outside as instructed.
You know the video we're talking about, correct?
No idea.
On Matt Cardona's Twitter page.
Oh, is this the one where he went to Disney like 2 weeks ago?
No, this happened, I think, yesterday. If you get a chance to watch it, it's fucking hilarious. Steph DeLander is in it, and it's hilarious.
Oh, she's always a freaking gem when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm here for that.
He brings back for one time only the Z True Long Island story.
I just saw the post. Oh yeah, I'll have to watch that later.
It's fucking hilarious. I promise you. Greg, what do I have to do?
You don't have to do anything. It's an entrance. So
ooh.
Speaking of entrances, I do want to thank Big G again. He went to Slebfest 7, or he was part of it. He was helping promoting it. He got a full-on no DQ rap from Max Caster.
He did, yeah.
Wow.
So that was freaking awesome. We then gave him massive shit for not getting one for the Jeff Meacham Network or for the Great Cherry brand, and Big G said next time for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
For crying out loud, I've done the caster raps on this show.
I know. Well, the thing was, it was very much like the Disney characters, or as far as the Disney voice actors, he was charging through the ass for that. So it's gotta ration it out a little bit.
Well, he is Big Baller G after all.
He is Big Baller G, but even Big Baller has his limits apparently when it comes. I mean, and to be fair, he met a shit ton of people that he wasn't even promoting over the weekend. So I'm sure that didn't come cheap. So good on him though. But yeah, we appreciate that, Max Castro. If you're watching, I mean, we know MJF watches, so I'm sure Max is watching too. Or Max Castro, I should say. They're both Max. But yeah, really cool. Really
but
cool.
they're not HBO Max.
No, they're not HBO Max anymore. They're just Max. So there is that. And I Jeff, if you're watching, G, I do need to update the.
Hey, Maddie, you see that in the chat, don't you?
I do. I have a towel. I'll do it.
There is not enough booze in this concoction to have to be a party to this, but that's okay.
Kaden, I truly apologize that this is the podcast that you had to be on.
I'm so worried.
Well, Josh wants him to be the big Valboski. So are we talking specifically 2002 Val Venus or just the Val Venus character in general?
Well, yeah, because the 2002 Valboski had that giant V where it needs to be. So,
I just told my fiance what I was about to do, so let's get ready, boys.
I mean, if she's going to come watch, you might as well. Whatever.
I mean, yeah.
Or no, somebody should enjoy it.
It's funny. If Sean were on any show, I'm glad it's not this one, knowing his on Morley.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Morley is not a favorite person anymore for anybody, unfortunately. He's just so outspoken, I guess is a good word for it. Yeah. Unfortunately for Sean Morley, he's very much become like Damien Demento in that, he's got a similar look with the bald head and a half-assed goatee, and he just spouts off random shit. Everybody goes, sure. You say so, Chief.
I don't think I've seen anything from Morley or Demento in years, and I think I'm probably better off for it.
Well, Demento hasn't been seen since he tried to go off on me and Rob Van Dam on a no DQ thing, and we railroaded his ass back, and he went back into hiding where he belongs, into the outer reaches of his own damn mind. Chicken shit.
Nobody appreciates that I put on my Twitter location the outer reaches of your mind.
Hey, you know what? People just don't understand quality throwback randomness like that. That's terrible.
I mean, that's exclusively this brand, is it not?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And, it's stuff like that makes me look forward to this weekend and all the randomness that's going to be going on because, yeah, we're doing watch-alongs, and we always do that on our little multiverse family crazy, but we're covering 3 completely different, brands of wrestling. Right. We've got Impact.
You can get ready to hit the music whenever.
Crying out loud. All right.
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is not to be attempted by any untrained professionals. Just do not try this at home, please, for your family's sake. Cover your eyes, kids.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Way to full screen it, Joe.
Absolutely. Why not? Might as well. Oh, my good. Oh.
Nice. Appropriate promo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, promo.
I forgot that he did promos.
You got to do the
hello, ladies.
So instead of the Big Lebowski, should it be the Big Labowski? Is that what we're doing that here?
The Big Matt Boski?
I mean, your last name's Laws, but it's just Labowski as opposed to Lebowski. Lazbowski. Why not?
Right.
Damn it. Hope you guys your money's worth, Josh, you sick bastard.
I am wearing the towel, by the
He's
way.
wearing the towel for the rest of the show. There we go. Tremendous.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. If we reach $100 on this episode, I will do the full entrance with the towel because you can see the whole thing.
Oh my God.
So there you go. You have a half hour to make that happen.
Oh no. Oh.
Sorry, Kaden.
Caden's like, I'm going back to Fightful. This is nuts.
You're welcome, Josh.
Have you seen anything like this from the Fightful crew? Because you've been on way more Fightful shows than I have.
That's fair.
Who's done some crazy stuff? Probably not Fightful.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is more Blampier's department than it would be Sean's. I think.
Yeah, it feels like a Blampier thing. On True Heel Heat, we also get it. We get some.
That's fair too. That's fair too.
Getting some antics.
Yeah,
Oh, Lordy.
the lead episode I was on was pretty tame. So
Does it help that I was wearing pink shorts after underneath the
as long as we weren't skin colored, we were probably fine from the set. So don't. I didn't need proof. Ladies and gentlemen, the last edition of the Greg Cheery Show.
My kingdom for a commercial to throw to anything. Jesus.
We have nothing. Like I can't even. I could throw to the Sean clip, but that's been a year and a half ago of the Quizlemania thing, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but it's still funny. So yeah, there is that.
And it pops us every once in a while, but.
Oh God. Oh.
So we're gonna see how interested people are in me doing the Val Venus.
Yes. Yeah. Let's just keep the inappropriate nudeness from people that should never be doing the nudeness going on the Greg Cherry show and the Greg Cherry brand. Let's just do the things today. For $100, I'll do it too. Why not? Why not? Fuck it. Who wears short pink shorts? Matt, the big Matt Boski. That's who does. Damn it.
Yeah, the big Matt Boski works better.
The big Matt Boski.
Big Matt Boski. We'll go with that. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Sports teams are you a fan of? Because you're clearly a Gators fan. You talked about hockey. What about pro football?
So football, I'm fully going in. I've never had a team that I really like. It kind of changes every year because I just mainly like the game. This year, though, I have committed to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is
all right.
It's about it's not that far of a drive for me from the stadium. No. So I'm committing to this team, and we'll see how it goes.
Trevor Lawrence, that's the franchise quarterback.
AEW marks bits, don't you?
Oh yeah, the only Jags game I've ever been to, I wore an AEW beanie.
There you go.
There you go. I mean,
I'm sure the cons love the synergy going on that one.
Oh yeah.
Jeff, pull up Josh's comment real quick.
Okay, hang on.
Because I don't know if you can pull up comments from the phone.
You can. It's just a pain in the ass.
Go Browns. This is the correct
answer. No, it's not.
No, it is not.
No, it's not.
Not in this room.
Speaking of, I shall return with my jersey on.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. I'm having really but your girlfriend. Thank you. And even then, I'm not sure she wants to. Maddie going to. Yeah, I mean that's what's happening.
That's one Raw Ball podcast I don't want to see.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it exists. I'm good, thank you. Damn.
Yeah, the Raw Ball podcast that Maddie does on Mondays is nothing like what you just saw. They talk more sports than we do.
Yes.
It's a crazy weekend of wrestling though, because of all this.
Well, I mean, like was said, you've got Impact Wrestling, who people still are lowballing Impact. If you watch the match quality, it is still way up there. A lot more people people are giving credit for. So we're covering that Friday night. There also will be an episode of Talk Wrestling because Aaron is not recapping SmackDown on No DQ because of it being a tape situation. So I totally pulled a Tony Khan here and I made that. But then Saturday morning, because WWE hates us on the West Coast of North America, and we're going to be on at freaking 9 o'clock in the damn morning with our pre-show. That'll be on Saturday, and then as mentioned, Sunday. Sunday will be the double nothing coverage. But also, you have to remember, in the process of all of that, there's this show. There is Noah and JJ predicting Battleground for NXT, which again they're going to cover in a on-demand situation. Prediction shows for all these pay-per-views, premium live events, whatever you want to call it. Recaps of on a good number of channels. There's just a ton of shit going on, and I put a post up this morning, and I stand by it. You know, there are 30 matches, completely different matches over the course of those 3 days this weekend. And, well, 30 matches featuring different people. They're not all the same people in the same match at all. And you hear the wrestling fans say, "Oh God, wrestling's this," and I can't find one thing. If you can't find one match in that 30 match, group this weekend that doesn't in some way spark your intrigue, I don't think pro wrestling has failed you. I think you have failed pro wrestling as a fan.
There's a lot of intriguing stuff. I mean, with Double or Nothing coming up, with Battleground coming up, I'm
going to be watching Sands of Time and Battleground. I think me and Devin might be live streaming Double or Nothing.
There you go.
I want to know who you guys think is going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Man,
go
ahead.
I'm leaning towards AJ Styles.
I am too. And we talked about this. I think it was during either the predictions for No DQ I did with them on Tuesday. I don't remember when it was, but it's still prevalent in my mind now.
Love you, Dwayne. Stay safe.
Yes, sir. They have to find a way to get to Cody's story.
Yeah.
They have to find a way to get Cody on to SmackDown one way or another. So what we talked about the other day was AJ wins, which means both champions are on SmackDown, which, throws everything off. But a trade is arranged where AJ and the OC go to Raw to interact with the Raw-based, for the moment undisputed, tag team champions, Sami and Kevin. Cody then is traded to SmackDown whatever you're gonna call it. Yeah, he's the trade for SmackDown that they get. That's what I was trying to say. Jesus Christ.
See, this would make more sense to me. Split brand rosters if it wasn't Adam Pearce running both of them.
Right.
It makes sense. Like, I understand having Pearce in power, but make him the GM of one show or another, or the general manager, or the GM, same thing, or the commissioner, or
whatever. Right? Yeah.
Commissioner Pearce.
I like that.
Yeah. So put him in charge of one show, put somebody in charge of the other show, and then actually have these announcements make a little more sense rather than they just randomly show up. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. It's still very disjointed.
Yeah.
And Kaden, I don't know if you've talked about this with anybody that you stream with or whatever. I still say that it doesn't matter who is in this World Championship match. Hunter pigeonholed it the minute he announced it, because the verbiage he used was whatever brand Roman Reigns does not end up on. That immediately says the word consolation to me, because you're not getting the champion we've had for 3 years. You're getting this secondary, championship that really doesn't mean anything. And, I think they've made up for that by having Seth and AJ be the two guys, because I said this last night or whatever it was, that other than Brock Lesnar, I don't think there's any more two deserving guys who aren't a world champion WWE right now than Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. But I just think that the way they've booked at least the championship, the new world championship, has been already is stutter stepping. What do you guys think of when you talk about this on Fightful?
So I've talked about it over on there's another channel that I'm part of, Around the Point, and that's where I've been I do a lot of streaming over there mainly.
Okay.
And then I have the stuff on Fightful, but I do like almost all my hours. Like what did I put in 15 this week?
Jeez.
So it's exhausting. So we've been talking about this for a month, and since they announced it, and I think I did the watch along on True Heel Heat when they did that, and I said the exact same thing. This is a consolation prize. The way you phrased it of it's going to whatever night or whatever show Roman isn't on, and then you dig a further hole by basically saying the brand split doesn't matter by having Raw and SmackDown guys. So then we have to say, okay, well, then it could go to SmackDown still. What are you going to do? And they have not answered that question yet. So I think the booking of everything with this title is very confusing, especially considering AJ has 2 SmackDown feuds going on right now. So it's kind of hinting that he can't go to Raw if he has SmackDown feuds.
Yep.
There's so much confusion with this championship.
Yeah. It's, as a fan, I feel like, number one, they went into the draft too early in the year. Okay, hang on. They shouldn't have done the draft at all. If they're not going to actually actively split the brands and keep them split, they should have done the damn draft in the first place. If they were going to do it, it should be in a moment that makes at least some semblance of sense, where it doesn't feel like we're getting this disjointed stuff. And I personally think that after this show would have been the way to go. And I say that because if you look at the card for Saturday, you've got 2 Raw people battling for the SmackDown Women's title. You've got 2 SmackDown people battling for the Raw Women's title. You've got a women's match between a certified legend and a, soon to be determined a legend that has been built like absolute hot garbage. An Intercontinental title match who you can't tell me anybody actually believes that Mustafa Ali is going to beat Gunther over in Saudi Arabia. I can't.
I think he is.
Do you really?
I really think he is. Yeah.
I am definitely invested in this conversation now. Please elaborate on that.
I'm the only person in the world who thinks it, but it's Saudi Arabia. Mustafa Ali. Well, he's not Saudi. He's not a Saudi Arabian. He is Muslim. So he was I think he did the pilgrimage to Mecca this year as well. I think it was this year. He did it like a month ago. He's beloved over there. I think that they want to put over one guy every show they like to put over one guy who is either Saudi Arabian or related to that. And typically it was Mansoor. And now Mansoor's not in that spot. So I think they're going to put the belt on Mustafa, and then you need a heel to face either AJ or Seth, whoever wins the championship. You're going to need a big heel so you can graduate Gunther up to the main event scene for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I do like the way you're thinking. I really do.
It is a good point, and I can't necessarily argue with it. I think of everything on here. I will agree of everything on here. That one's the most, I guess, difficult to decide because, I thought Tuesday we were all cocksure on the DQ. Oh yeah, Gunther's going to roll this. But you know what? You make a very valid point about where the championship is and the scene they've laid out to us based on the World Championship match there.
But the only thing I think that stops Mustafa from winning this match is the promo he cut on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes me believe that he's not winning this match, because he was like, I had so much more that I wanted to say that I didn't get to. Yeah. And because he aired that frustration on Twitter, I think he's going to lose as a punishment because Vince somehow is going to be around for it. Yeah. And, I'm also the mindset, and Greg, I know you're an Intercontinental Championship mark. I am all about Gunther passing Honky.
That's why I can't see Mustafa winning this match. If Gunther's going to break the record, he broke the Rumble record for 30-man matches by like 10 minutes.
He did. Him and Cody, because technically he got eliminated last, didn't he?
Well, I'm talking about like longevity in the match. He was in there
72 minutes or something.
30 minutes. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see Gunther break Honky's record. I want to see Gunther, if he's going to lose the Intercontinental title, lose it in like a ladder match or something, where he doesn't get beat, but he can still lose it, or like a threat or away or some multi-man match. Nobody should be beating, in my opinion, if you're not beat him like that.
Right.
So,
But I still say he should pass Honky. I still say that should be a thing before it's all said and done. Because at the end of the day, you know, it was a cool gimmick to ride for as long as they've ridden it. As far as you know, Honky being the greatest, like he's not the greatest. He's the longest running. Yeah. But you know, the whole claim of him being the greatest of all time is just like, dude, people have seen behind the curtain with Honky and his bullshit. Like, no, sorry, Wayne, you're not the greatest of all time. Not even close.
Very few people can claim to be a longest reigning and best of all time in the wrestling world. So
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Still there.
You know, I'm glad you said that because, you know, nobody's really talking about it because he's been booked into another match. But, you know, Saturday is the 1,000 days that everybody swore, you know, they'll never have another 1,000-day champion. Roman's going to do it. He's going to pass 1,000 days. It's going to be
There's one thing I have to ask about that because he's not defending at not Crown Jewel, Night of Champions.
Right.
How is Sammy getting to Saudi Arabia?
There was this article that came out that said that the Saudi Arabian relationship with
Syria,
they're branching out and they're being more amicable. So
yeah, they have resumed diplomatic discussion relations, or however you want to phrase it. So
we'll see.
Well, no, so they are providing security. I mean, Sammy, you know, they wouldn't advertise and they wouldn't have taped SmackDown with that being in mind had they had. And by the way, they're already there. So
yeah,
Sammy has wrestled in Saudi Arabia before.
Yes,
or they started doing the shows annually, but he has done.
Yes, he has. So there is precedence, and as long as he feels safe and secure in going, then, you know, cool. We get it. We get Sammy and Kevin against the Bloodline again. But it's a different configuration this time. So we'll see. I don't know, but you know, the point I was making earlier was, you know, again, you know, they've got 9 matches on Friday. You've got these 7 matches on Saturday, and then a grand total of whatever it is, 14 matches from 2 different companies on Sunday. Y'all can't find something you like in here, just please go watch, or, you know, go watch the paint dry on the side of your house and be more entertained.
There's a lot of good wrestling.
And I want to add, like, there's also a lot of good indie wrestling this weekend, too.
Yeah, there is.
W's got a great show in Las Vegas that I think I'll probably be there. And then we're going to likely, I mean, even Double or Nothing, they're going to add more. We don't know what the buy-in is, and maybe they add 1 or 2 more matches to the main card just because usually 9 matches is a little, it's little for an AEW.
That is very light for an AEW show.
Yeah, we're gonna get more tonight. Like we're gonna have at
Very
least
likely.
like I said, at least 3 more matches added.
Yeah. So, Greg, I know we've talked about him off and on, but I want to ask with people from different channels in the room. Do we see Punk in Vegas? Do we see whatever when Tony announces the venue for Collision number 1 tonight?
Yeah.
If it's in Chicago, do we see him at Collision?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If you were going to have that show in Chicago and the anticipation and all the buildup is that Punk is going to be there, you have to deliver or else there's going to be riots in Chicago.
Yes, which is dangerous anyway.
CM Punk can do no wrong in that city.
Okay.
I'm going to say something that I haven't said on the air yet.
Go ahead.
That I feel more confident in saying as we're getting closer. It is Chicago. the plan has always been Chicago for Collision. It never changed.
Okay.
So, I feel more confident in fully saying that it is going to 100% be Chicago tonight. Like, that's where it is. Punk is going to be there. I have no doubt in my mind based off of what I've heard.
Okay.
But I don't think we're seeing Punk in Vegas. I don't think we're seeing him there.
Okay. Yeah. That's the thing. Cause there was something going around that, I forget when the next time they're going to have a Joker situation. Cause I know I haven't heard anything about it in, Double or Nothing, but I know last year they had it be part of the Owen tournament, and that was brought up that he would be that the Punk could be the Joker, and then it's like, man, that seems so far considering that most of that tournament's going to take place in Canada, where they'll eat him alive up there in Bizarro Land. So I don't know if that would be a good idea.
I don't think that's a far off option.
Okay.
He's a Brett guy. So having him in the Owen.
Fair. And
the rumor is that it's going to be him versus Samoa Joe on that first episode of Collision. Warner Brothers supposedly doesn't like when they do a surprise debut like they did Sting, but they're okay with the Jokers or mystery opponents because it still gets people to tune in, and you're saying there is a surprise. So you say Samoa Joe will face the Joker on the first episode of Collision. That's where they're going to start the Owen tournament. You can say that that's the first match in the Owen, and that's how you do it. I think that's okay. I think that's really that's a big possibility.
I am, and again, I've made my stance about Punk clear on every show I appear on, Lord knows. But as long as there's actively, maybe not peace being reached, or however you want to phrase it, but as long as everybody's doing business, I guess I'm here for it, because Punk, when he is being CM Punk and not Moody Brooks, is good for business.
I still think that there's going to be some shenanigans that maybe Punk aligns himself with Don Callis.
Ooh.
And since Callis is against Omega.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the heat just generated from those two? That might be an all-in type thing.
I was going to say, put that in the middle of the ring at Wembley.
Yeah. Because Punk Omega with Callis in Punk's corner. Yeah.
Think of this way, Greg. There's no real feasible reason why Don would have turned on Kenny right now. Like, it seems very like, okay, it was a moment, but why? Why did it happen? He didn't side with Mox. No. He didn't side with I don't know what this means. I'm sorry, guys.
United Empire.
Okay. Yeah, no idea. Sorry. I'm a bad wrestling fan on that front. I'm sorry. But in the context of AEW, he didn't side with Moxley or the BCC. So Punk coming back and that being Don's motivation would be tremendous, because Don is all about that payday. Don's all about that, that controversy, and Punk is both for him, for anybody. So Don's a survivor, though, man. He could have been out of the business a long time ago based on WWF decisions back in the day, and here he is still in 2023 making headlines. So,
and having a main event segment with him,
right?
That was the advertised main event segment. Was we'll hear from Don Callis.
Yeah.
And that was before the Hank return and all that stuff. It's like, geez.
Hey, you know what though? It led to a great thing, because he wasn't out there very long yapping his flapping his yap until Kenny said, okay, enough of this bullshit. And it made for a hell of a moment, because we saw the Elite actually come back together, which, even beginning this year, I would have went, yeah, not happening, because Hangman was so far off the main event radar. It was like, okay, whatever. Hangman's still there, but he's hurt, whatever. And he was dealing with Moxley and his shit. So, it's It's cool to see them back together. I'm definitely curious how that match or that fight or whatever you want to call it's going to go on Sunday. I've said more than once, if I didn't have plans at the butt ass crack of dawn Monday morning, I'd probably find a way to get to Vegas.
That's fair. So I think we can very safely say that unless somebody is donating $90 in the next 5 minutes, we are my version of the Big Val.
Yes.
So maybe we make the goal.
We'll just see.
Yeah. So, Kaden, I just want to ask you, like, this is just a general question. I've been fortunate enough to have people on the show, been conversation with them. I have a lot of support from over there. What is your favorite part about being a part of the Fightful family?
I think it's the community. I've met a lot of great people through Fightful. I just passed a year from when I started. I think it was like April 29th, maybe was my year. So yeah, like all the friendships I've made being there, some of my best friends that I talk to all the time, I've made through Fightful. I travel with a bunch of people from Fightful. I'll be with Fightful people I've met through Fightful in Las Vegas. That's where I'm traveling with this weekend. So yeah, it's definitely the community that Sean Ross Sapp's been able to cultivate over there.
Yeah, it's a fantastic community too. I'm very fortunate to be friends with numerous Fightful people.
I was going to say Josh had a fantastic question.
Yeah, what's up? That is a good question. Do you have a Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and what is your favorite match?
Do you realize I was muted? Sorry.
My Mount Rushmore is I take one person from every era. That's the way I do it. So unfortunately, I go with Hogan. I don't like Hogan, but he's got to be on there. So I go Hogan, then Brett, Stone Cold, Bryan Danielson.
Ooh, okay.
Wow, that's a take. I like that.
That's my
me.
My favorite match of all time is Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes, Double or Nothing, 2019.
Nice, good choice. I like it.
Now, you're also a lot younger. I wouldn't say a lot younger than me because I'm 24. You're 20, right?
I'm 20. Yeah.
Oh God. Quiet over there, you Cherry.
The two up top are very old right now.
Wow. I'm so glad so glad we had the children on today to freaking have romper room for the hour, Greg. Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ. I just turned 40, Maddie. Jesus.
What would you say, Kaden, is your favorite WrestleMania?
Well, there you go. I like that. I always ask that.
Oh.
Because mine would be WrestleMania 30.
It's gonna have a lot of recency bias, but I thought overall, 39 was really good.
39
day one was incredible.
Yes,
day
it was.
Two, not so much.
Not so much, but still.
Well, okay. You know what, though? I think people take day two with a grain of salt because of the ending of the finish of the main event.
Yeah. It's not even just that.
Okay.
I'll always turn heel BCC Barroom.
Well, as day one did. Because the women's tag match, I did not get into at all.
That's fair.
I couldn't. And Ronda and Shayna won without doing anything. It was just like,
yeah.
It really was. Brock and Omos was what it was.
I like that match.
Fantastic. Seeing Shane get hurt was a little bit of a...
That sucked. Oh, that was rough.
But Snoop's improvisation was on point.
I will say, being there in the building, it was pretty funny when Shane got hurt.
So,
I don't doubt that.
Well, okay. Well, Kaden, let me provide context. First of all, this is at least up top, this is a Shane McMahon loving room here. So let me just be clear on that. But I was there at the stadium too. I missed it. I literally turned away to answer a question, I think on my feed or something. And I came back and he's just, I'm like, what the shit happened in half a second?
We were all very confused.
It was a very confusing process being there live. Of course, you go back and watch it, go, oh shit, and then you see the replays of it coming down. It's like, oh god, that's what happened. Oh, yeah. But yeah, to his credit, man, Snoop earned every bit of that Hall of Fame ring by doing the improv that he did.
Oh,
so good.
Cap was also popping.
Oh yeah. I was happy to hear his music. I love hearing Shane come out. And again, Shane has been given a very heavy saddlebag the last couple years because of the way he was involved in the Rumble booking and the fact that he's Vince's son is never a good thing for Shane. It's just not. But I was happy to hear the music. I was happy to see him. And like I said, it was just a very disjointed couple of moments. I will definitely agree that night one was better than night two, but and again, I'm biased because I was there as well. I enjoyed 24. Solid show top to bottom being there, other than the Bradshaw Finley match, which, it was what it was, but it could have been a lot better than it was. And then you had Batista Umaga, which was like, okay, cool. But other than that, solid show. My first Mania Live was 2000. So yes, I'll accept your apologies and your cards now. Because other than the triangle ladder match and the 2-fall match, rough night.
I was at 8, so I got Undertaker, Triple H, and so
I was gonna say you got a Hell in a Cell mid card basically. When Hell in a Cell's your mid card match, you got a good night, Tater.
I got the greatest near fall of all time. Let's be honest. Finish.
Yeah, and then the Rock and Cena, which for me was what it was. Which triple threat for the IC? Are you talking about the one I was at, or the one that?
I think he means Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, and again, I don't. First of all, the showcase matches didn't need to happen, and that it showed, because the men's match was good, but it still didn't go anywhere for anybody involved. Really,
no. That one was fun though. That was a fun match.
It was fun to watch, but it was a showcase, and coming out of the showcase, none of those teams did diddly with it. No. And then the women's showcase wasn't a showcase. It was let's give Ronda back her moment in LA because we freaking turned on her ass, 4.5 years ago. That's exactly what that was. Brock and Omos surprised me. I expected it to be a complete train wreck, and it turned out better than I thought it was going to be. They still kept it short enough where it didn't get so hard to watch that it was just like, oh God, enough guys ready. And it also didn't go to a point during a Brock match that I've gone to live where it's like, okay, this is uncomfortable. We need to stop. Like with John. So, yeah, as far as not being there, I think my favorite WrestleMania would probably be 17 still, because I mean that's still the trendsetter for me.
X7.
But yeah, X7, yeah. But Kaden, is what about the one you haven't been to live for? Because like I said, 39 is an easy choice for me too because I was there.
I would say, there's a lot of WrestleManias I haven't even watched in full.
Ooh.
I'm going back and trying to watch most of them. I would maybe.
I said skip 4.
Oh God! Yeah. Oh God! Like seriously, watch the last match because that's the finals of the tournament. Other than that, you're good.
Listen, I enjoy the Battle Royal, but I'm a Battle Royal guy at heart. So that
yeah.
And the main event with DiBiase Savage. That's it.
Yeah, Greg and I did a watch along of 4. Did we do that live, or did we pre-tape that? We did that live, didn't we?
You taped it.
Yeah, it was rough. And God bless Noah and JJ. They're going to do retro WrestleMania watches for his channel this coming into WrestleMania season. They're going to do all of them. And I'm like, dude, when you get to 4, get the edit buttons ready because goddamn, you're going to be suffering. Anyway, what we're not going to suffer with here is it is that time. So we're close to it.
Real quick, Kaden, do you have anything that you'd like to promote on this show?
Yeah, my Twitter at Kaden, KADEN _FTW. I think I'm like 4 followers away from 500.
Nice.
And then the Around the Point Network, we do a lot of stuff over there. Obviously, Fightful. Go check out everything on Fightful and Fightful Overbooked. And on Friday, I do a podcast called the All Honor Podcast. I have a new feed that's going to be going up for it. So I'll be posting the link on my Twitter. So go there. But
Honor is real.
Honor is real. I'll be doing double or nothing predictions with Ella J.
Oh, yeah. We love Ella. We love Ella.
Go a few times. We love LJ.
Yeah. I mean, I was plugging the stuff earlier, but JJ's reviewing John Wayne movies all month. The Big Jake just went up before we came on the air. He and Noah are predicting Battleground for NXT on Noah's channel tonight. Aaron's recapping Dynamite tonight after that's done. Thursday, we got a bunch of stuff going on across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse, and then the watch-alongs, as I said, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be absolutely chaotic, and then I've got Talk Wrestling Friday night in the special time slot. So we've all got shit going on, man. It's going to be like I said, I'm just glad it's not a WrestleMania weekend because I'd be running around the county again. So I'm glad I get to stay my ass home for most of it.
Well, anyway, thank you very much, Kaden, for joining us. Go
Thank you,
follow
Kaden.
Kaden_FTW.
We already got Josh said that he followed Kaden, so that's 3 more away, I think, Kaden.
There you go.
I'm close.
One step closer. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. For Matty Laws, Jeff Meacham, Kaden, and for myself, obviously. We thank you very much for watching. Tune in next week to the Great Cherry Show. It will be the last show of May. And unfortunately, the last full-time episode for Matty Laws.
I love you all. Thank you guys for having me so much. Tomorrow,
Love you too, brother.
next week is going to be very special.
Because we're going to send you out with a bang.
Oh, yes.
But until next week, when hopefully my computer is not a complete piece of trash, this is the Greg Cherry Show. Have a good night. Don't be a jag. And we'll see you next week.
Hopefully Greg Speaker's not a jag next week.
Or
any week. Yeah, that's true. Good night, guys. Have a good one.